Kentucky continues to deal with two defiant clerks who refuse to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, in some cases to couples in general, because they're trying to make a statement about how much they dislike gay individuals. Now, one person in the middle of all of this is Casey County Clerk Casey Davis, and he refuses to quit his job. He refuses to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, but one thing that he does not refuse is media appearances where he gets a lot of attention.
That's the governor, by the way, that you're looking at.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
he's a good guy in this case.
Yes, that's Governor Steve Beshear, who's a Democrat in Kentucky, and he's urging these clerks to do their jobs. The Supreme Court has already ruled that same-sex marriage is constitutional, and he's saying, look, this is what your job is. You need to do your job. And he's been very cordial, very nice, very accommodating to these clerks, but they refuse to work with him. Now, according to Talking Points memo, Beshear on Thursday met with Casey County Clerk Casey Davis, who says he objects to gay marriage for religious reasons, prompting him to not issue marriage licenses to gay couples. Now, Steve Beshear says that he's doing everything he can to be understanding, but this guy needs to do his job. He says, this morning I advised Mr. Davis that I respect his right to his own personal beliefs regarding same-sex marriages. However, when he was elected, he took a constitutional oath to uphold the United States Constitution. One of Mr. Davis's duties as county court clerk is to issue marriage licenses, and the Supreme Court now says that the United States Constitution requires those marriage licenses to be issued regardless of gender. Now, it doesn't matter if he's meeting with this guy in person, if he's trying to be understanding. Casey is being absolutely defiant. He refuses to listen, and he's saying, look, I'm also not going to step down from my job. In fact, he's done a number of media appearances. I want to show you guys one of them.
I wonder what you think of the example set by Ms. Barnett in Mississippi, which is her conscience says she doesn't allow her to do her job. Her job is to issue marriage licenses, and so she resigned. Isn't that the kind of honorable way to proceed?
Not in my mind's eye, Chris.
Why not?
I think that if I quit at this point, then I've quit my belief. I've quit my heart. I've quit what I have deeply rooted inside. That I can't go that direction.
So he's unwilling to quit. And Hayes gave the great example of a Mississippi county clerk who said, look, I mean, the law has changed. I don't want to marry same-sex couples, so I'm going to go ahead and step down from my position. Casey refuses to do it, obviously.
All right. Well, who didn't enjoy that appearance? Oh, not my mom's eye. Okay. Okay. Now,
I think his mind's eye is legally blind.
Yeah, it could be. I love that Chris Hayes' question caught him off guard. What did you think he was going to ask you on the show? Like, you're on because you won't hand out marriage licenses, and it's the Constitution, according to the Supreme Court, says you must. Chris Hayes asked you about that, as any rational interviewer would. He's like,
Well, he doesn't have an answer.
You should see his other brother, Daryl.
not my heart to do that.
My heart.
Okay. My degree of indifference to your heart is immeasurable. Like, I don't care about what your heart says or what your beliefs say. I care about what your job is, right? And your job is to hand out marriage licenses. Now, a part of this that you're not seeing is that he first came out and said, well, maybe we should automate the process so I don't have to physically hand it to them.
Yeah,
Okay.
he wanted people to be able to get marriage licenses online.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have to deal with them at all.
Okay, now, first of all, think about how disgusting that is. Like, he doesn't want to have personal contact with them. But no, he don't discriminate.
They could get some of that gay on them.
Yeah, yeah. He's going to talk about how he doesn't discriminate in a second. But the better part is, hey, dumbass, you automated, then we don't need you anymore. Why would they come into the county clerk's office if they can get it online? You're talking yourself out of your job. What do you think about that? On my mind's eye says,
That's really interesting you pointed that out,
Yeah.
because that's kind of the entire Republican playbook for supporting offshoring jobs, for automating things, for getting rid of workers' rights is, goodbye, see you later.
Yeah.
You did it to yourselves.
That's right. This guy wants to do it himself. He doesn't even understand that, and he doesn't get it. I hate that this is a conversation, that we got to entertain these guys until we find a way to fire them, right? Like, like, oh, yeah, you see this? The liberals are coming for religious people, and they're going to fire them. No. You can do anything religious you want. That guy can go in his lawn and be like, I don't like gay people, or pretend to like gay people and be like, I hate gay marriage. I love straight marriage. He can do like a giant banner in favor of straight marriage. In his house, he can talk about it nonstop. But if your job is to hand out marriage licenses and you won't hand them out, is there a conservative who really thinks, no, he shouldn't be fired? Like, I mean, don't they hate it when like people say like, oh, I'm not going to do my job? Like, isn't that like the most unconservative thing you can say? Like, I'm going to show up to work and then sit on my ass and not do my job.
Right. Well, conservatives love using arguments that are convenient for them, right? So if the person isn't doing their job and then they have to pay tax dollars for any type of governmental assistance, then they hate that person. But if someone is doing what this county clerk is doing and they're saying, well, I'm religious and I don't like gay people, which, by the way, the more I hear from him, the more I think he actually loves gay people.
Oh, damn.
I mean, why is he so obsessed with this? Like, do your job, right?
It's hard to hear him with that cock in his mouth, I'll tell you that.
Oh, Jesus.
But
Okay. All right. But let me just say that in this case, if you're saying, hey, you know what, I get to choose, then all right, then why did you, I mean, as we talked about yesterday on the show, why didn't you ask anybody if they've been divorced? Why didn't your heart tell you anything about that? Because that's also wrong according to the Bible. I mean, if you think that lying with a man is wrong because the Bible says it, the Bible also says that you're not supposed to be divorced, you're not supposed to do all the shellfish, all that stuff. Hey, did you ever ask anybody? Did you ever ask anybody if they were fornicators? Right? He didn't, right? Well, what happened to your heart there? Why did your heart only start to work when it was about gay people? So I think that's why Anna and to some degree Jimmy's point is legitimate. Like, what is it about this issue that also all of a sudden got your heart pumping?
well, what it is, this issue is that I think that he sees that I might be able to become a minor celebrity here somehow.
There's definitely an element of that.
There's that. No, he's on TV now. He's enjoying the
You
hell
can
out
bet
of
his
this.
church and his pastor are loving him.
Oh,
getting
he's
up
he's becoming a celebrity in his community right now. That's why he's doing this stuff. I think. I think I'll put on my Chuck Todd mind reading hat, which he likes to do, and I'll say inside that guy really loving this.
All right. Well, let's give him some more of what he loves. Let's do a couple more clips of.
I've always tried to treat people the same all my life. I don't want to ever be discriminatory to anyone, and if I'm not able to, because of my belief, my heart, my conscience, issue a same-sex marriage license, then I don't think that I should issue to anyone, and I think that's been fair to everyone.
Wait a minute! If you're not going to issue marriage license to anyone,
Anybody.
then you gotta quit. Don't you have to quit? No, I think I should get paid and do nothing. Then my heart says that. Who cares about your heart? Why are we having a conversation about this guy's fucking heart?
But why are we waiting for him to quit? Why? Honestly, if I were the governor, he'd be gone.
No, I know. I don't know if the governor has the authority to fire him.
He's probably an elected official.
Yeah,
He is an elected
You
official,
can't pick up
but
the
he's
phone and be
not
like,
doing his
see
job.
you, Casey.
Yeah, I think maybe we'd have to look into Kentucky law as to how to impeach him, so that's why it's a little bit annoying that we can't immediately fire him. All right, I love this kid. Give me one more.
I would like to add this too, Chris. The governor just a few days ago said that I, along with the other county clerks, took an oath that I would lay down my personal beliefs to do my job. That's not true. That is entirely not true.
Well,
I
you
would
took an
never
oath in the
take
United
an
States
oath
Constitution, didn't you?
That would deny my personal feelings for anything. And I did not take an oath that said I would lay my personal feelings down, my personal beliefs down to do this job, nor will I ever do that.
Well, Mr.
That
Davis.
oath did not, as a matter of fact, that oath said that I would do this job to the best of my ability, so help me God. And the best of my ability does not go beyond what my conscience will allow me to do.
I think
you understand that?
I do not. I understand what you're saying.
It makes no sense, but I understand what you're saying.
Can you imagine if he's laying on an operating table about to have open heart surgery and a surgeon comes in and says, you know, my personal belief is I shouldn't be dealing with blood. So as a result, I'm just not going to do the surgery on you. Right? You got to do your job. And sometimes your job entails things that you don't like. It is what it is.
Can you imagine if a liberal came in and said, man, I got personal feelings. And I took an oath to my personal feelings
feelings.
instead of the Constitution.
Yes.
Oh, how the conservative heads would explode, right? Let's say it happened in San Francisco and the governor of California won't fire him because he says, no, it's my personal feelings not to, give marriage license to douchebag conservatives, right? It violates my conscience. Or let's say to Christians.
What if I said that as a dudist and a member of the dudist religion, I could not be an asshole even though I'm a county clerk, and I said, you can't just water your plants with the fracking water that you just took out, because it's against my beliefs.
Yeah, and the dude's gotta abide.
Dude's abide.
Has to.
That's what his oath was. When he took the oath, he said the dude will abide.
Also, we got to get rid of the under God thing in the oath. Yeah. When someone takes a pledge, dude, your belief in an imaginary person doesn't mean that pledge is more valid. Mm-hmm. The same with the Pledge of Allegiance, all that stuff needs to be taken out, because it was all put in as anti-communist bullshit after World War II.
Is that true?
And
to God?
Yeah, of course.
On the money too.
And it's irrelevant to your job. So I don't know why we're saying under God. Like if you're a clergy member, well, and this guy reminds me of Muslims, by the way. Like all the Muslims are like, oh no, I don't handle pork products. I don't handle alcohol.
Muslims would love Kentucky. Okay? And let me tell you why. Because I was stationed at Fort Knox when I first started out in the Army. You have to go there for your basic course, and a lot of it is dry counties everywhere around. So the only place you could drink was on base. You couldn't drink off base, which made the NCO and officers clubs probably the best in the country on Friday and Saturday nights, because people came from all over to drink there. But there's a lot of dry counties, and just like a lot of Baptists don't like dancing. They don't want you showing any of your part. Yes, still.
In this day and age.
Yes, and still.
And the overall actually in Arabic means hijab.
No kidding.
No. But
you had me. I was like, really?
But you're a dudist. But you know what the dude would say to that guy? This guy behind me, you know what he would?
It's just your opinion.
That's just like your opinion, man.
It is.
Yeah.
But
your job is to actually give out the license.
Yeah.
But I got a great idea. I have a solution for this. We fire him and replace him with a Mexican immigrant.
Yay!
So all conservative heads could explode.
how about a Muslim?
Oh, but then the Muslim might not do it either.
Yeah, he might not.
He might say, Allah, talk to me, and he said, Allah's not in favor of gays either.